Recently, Henry the Big Green Engine had been doing odd jobs around the island. And one day, Henry had to get some coal and deliver it to somewhere else, along with working at the coal plants. By the end of the week, Henry was filled with coal dust. Everywhere he looked, he couldn't see a bright spot. He wheezed, he coughed, he felt like he needed a new coat of paint. So by the end of the week, as he needed a passenger train that evening, he did just that. One day, Henry had arrived at the Farquhar sheds to get a coat of paint. Hello, sir. I would like to get a new coat of paint, you see. I was going to go at the other place, but, apparently this is the new place. Yes, indeed. If an engine is waiting and it will be ready soon, it's better than just being on the line, you know. So they chose this place and left the other shed for another engine to sleep in. All right, Henry. If you want to get a coat of paint, then you'll just have to wait for James to get his. And then, when that will be done, Percy will already be dry and won't have that hay on him anymore. It happened again, Percy said mournfully. But in 2 hours you will finally get your coat of paint. 2 hours, you said? I don't have 2 hours on my buffers. I have a passenger train to take. Well, we're sorry, Henry, but these are our priorities. Henry looked at Percy and James, and he chuffed away. When Henry arrived at the platform, the Fat Controller was not pleased. Henry, what is this? Well, sir, I couldn't get a new coat of paint because James needed to get his. But Henry, I've said this before. You will not take a train with that paint. Murdoch will take it for you. In fact, he's coming here right now. Me, Henry. You always need to get clean before doing your work. You should be knowing what we know. Well, if it's around work, then I don't see you being clean around those trucks either. While Henry was talking with Murdoch, James had just finished with his paint and was coming in quickly for his train. He had overheard that Murdoch would take Henry's train because Henry was dirty. That's it. If Henry isn't clean, he will only take the trucks. And if he can't take the coaches, Murdoch will probably tired. And I will take the coaches as usual. Genius plan, James. Genius plan. The very next day, Henry had just woken up from a nice sleep. He felt much better and knew that even if he had to take some coal, he was going to try to make the best of it. As he tried to get out of the siding, however, more trucks of coal were there for Henry to take. However, James was behind it, so he gave it a big bump. And so it happened. Henry was covered with coal and its dust. Meanwhile, James had only received a small amount of dust. He panicked like a drama queen and he raced off. Meanwhile, Henry, who had seen everything, waited for Harvey to clear the mess. When James finally arrived, he saw that it was a lady, so he thought he might get away with the fact it was only a day later that he would get a new coat of paint. However, she had already heard who was there the last day.
I've heard you've got a coat of paint last time. And besides, you're just slightly dirty on the boiler. Nothing that bad.
Then, Henry came, winking at the lady. She then catched on what was going on.
Of course, Henry. Let me give you a nice coat of green paint.
Hey, that's not fair. He came here yesterday.
Well, I don't know what to say. He's just not on the list. Sorry, James, but I'll have to do Henry. He is the priority.
Henry just made a smirk.